Hello and welcome back to another video on Luna, the little Ruatoria bred East Coast mare. So I haven't done too much with her. She's just been out in the paddock getting fat and gaining weight beautifully. So as some of you know, she came to us extremely skinny. So yeah, that was all our main focus was to getting her to a point where she was healthy again, especially because there's a 90% chance that I think that she could be in foal. She looks very pregnant, her udders are on the move. So yeah, it was very important for us to get her looking good again. But anyway, she looks beautiful, she's round, she's still got a bit of top line to build, but you know, that comes in time. But otherwise, weight wise, she looks great. She's got a healthy shiny coat, but we're now at a point where we need to start getting more handling so we can do her feet, and if and when this foal comes, we can also handle the foal and her if any help is needed. So all I am working on today is again pressure and release in her, allowing us in her bubble. Sorry, getting all caught up on my words. So I'm just trying to get her comfortable with me in her space, which she is not very keen on at the moment. She doesn't really like us in her space, and she's always ready to run. She's a very, very sensitive mare, so we've been working really, really hard just to keep everything positive, quiet, and just really allowing her the time to understand the question and what it is I'm asking of her. So yeah, I just approach with my body, and then I walk away, which is her release, and then I approach again, which is the pressure, and each time we're just trying to slowly push at her bubble. So yeah, I just do this over and over and over, and as you can see, she's still a bit jumpy, and what you can't see in the video is that her breathing is very tense and shallow, so not the most relaxed mare. As much as she tries super hard, she's always ready to run. And I've noticed in the past, if you even like flinch a finger without her being prepared for it, she really reacts quite loudly to it and runs off. So just trying to keep everything positive and calm, and making big slow movements so she can see it coming, nothing sneaking up on her, and she can prep herself for it. So at the moment, for the first step, I am just walking into her bubble, taking it as far as I can without her trying to move off, holding for a little bit, and then walking away, which is releasing. So and then sometimes what I'll do as well is I'll just stand there and sort of sway in and out, which is still, I guess, a form of pressure and release. And then I'll do that a couple times and then walk away and give her a big release. And I like to try and give them a good break in between, just to breathe again and relax. So I keep doing this for a little while. You can see again, still not very sure. She's a very sensitive type, and there will be no rushing this horse. She needs all the time it's going to take, and that is fine. And if we do it right now, then we should set up the future to be good. Because if we rush it and put too much pressure on, the future probably won't be very good for her. So she'll find everything stressful. So at the moment, I'm just trying to build up trust and do it in a very quiet manner. I don't want her stressing out. The last thing we want is these animals stressed when we're around. We want them to look at us as a safe space, and that is exactly what I'm working on at the moment. So I'm just standing there. I know to the naked eye it doesn't look like much, but I'm holding that pressure, holding her against her bubble, which is a huge thing for this mare. So I'm just trying to get her comfortable with me in her space without anything else happening. Just holding that pressure, not touching her, not moving too quickly or dramatically. Just holding that pressure, keeping my limbs or my arms tucked in at my sides so I don't accidentally flinch or move my fingers or hand. That will set her off. So you can see just me doing that, swaying in and out, is enough to just freak her out a little bit. So she backed off, which is fine. I just sort of stay there, hold it a little bit, and then I give her a big reward by releasing that pressure. And that is pretty much all we're doing with her at the moment. in this morning session is just reintroducing to her again us in her space, because she hasn't had much handling for a while other than food thrown at her, some hay over the fence and her hard feed, which she follows you for at a distance. So she is slowly starting to build up her curiosity of who we are and what we want, which is really good. Because at the beginning, when she first arrived, she wanted absolutely nothing to do with me. So it's quite good that she's sort of relating us now to a good positive thing, which is food. So here again, I'm just giving her pressure and release, but with a different part of my body. So this time I'm doing my arm. This is all prep work for when we want to clip a lead rope on, and things like that. So yeah, it's all just very slow and fun, and then me just standing there ignoring her for a second and giving the horse over a fence a bit of a smooch, because how can you not, is all good things. It just means that just because I'm in her space doesn't mean I want anything from her. So there she goes to walk off, which is fine. I just very slowly follow her around. She goes to stop. I approach at a comfortable angle for her. She hates me on this side of her, on this eye, so I just sort of play with it a little bit, but my main focus at the moment isn't to work on that. I just want her good with me on her good side. But it doesn't mean that I'm not going to sometimes just introduce the idea. So again, walking away, which is fine. I just gently follow her. The worst thing you can do right now is, I guess, punish them or make it a very stressful situation when they go to move off. I want her to figure out that I'm not a bad place to be. So I just slowly follow her until, I give her the option to offer me an answer, which is to stop and face me, and then I will reward her. So it's just training her in a positive way that that's what I wanted. But anyway, that's all I did the morning, and then later on in the afternoon, after a bit of a break and some food for her and a bit of time to decompress, I came back in the afternoon and started working with her again, and decided actually to give a go at touching her. But the problem we were having with her was that for me to get close enough to touch her with my hand was too overwhelming. So, but she was happy for me to bring a pole in and stand a little bit further away, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it was enough for her to feel less pressure. And as soon as I touched her with the pole, she sort of settled and allowed me to swap the pole for my hand. So it was just the way it worked with her, and it meant that it was a stress-free way of her allowing me to touch her and give her a good scratch over her neck and withers. Very important as well with a mare like this who's touchy, or any horse that's unhandled or unsure of human contact or anything. Just try stay away from their legs and belly and even their rump, because they're very sensitive, delicate areas for a horse. So my main focus of touch is her sort of neck and wither area, which is quite a natural area for horses to groom and touch anyway. It's just their legs and that they use as, that's the exit. And that's why sometimes horses who have a lack of trust in humans find it quite hard to pick up their feet, because you're essentially taking their escape, or their, if anything went wrong and they needed to run from a predator, so to speak, you're taking their feet off them, which is what they use to get away. So yeah, and their belly, obviously for obvious reasons, is very sensitive, and their rump too. That's normally the first place, again in a wild situation, that a predator would jump and latch onto. So you just got to try and think that as much as these horses are born especially in a country where we don't have lions and things, but that it's still genetically hardwired into them. So yeah, just respecting that and sticking to withers and neck, which is a more accepting area for a nervous horse. And as you can see, she's still sort of flinching and, has a moment of and then, okay, relaxes because nothing bad happened. So I think I just do this a couple times and then I leave it on that, and then the next day, sorry, which I didn't catch on film, I just did this again. I just came in straight away and approached her with my little stick and did the same thing, and then I did that 3 times, and that was her lesson done for the 2 days. But so she's been really, really cool. But yeah, always good to leave it on a good note. I was really, really proud of her for letting me do this, especially after such a long time off. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.